rusty fence, which is a sine qua non in the English countryside. This one covered in ivy at the top. Coot landing on the canal. What I'm interested in spotting is the point at which the gade hits the canal, because I can't see how the gade can possibly get to the Bulbourne. The gade's coming in from that side. Remember, it was underneath, just where the Kodak building is there. The Bulbourne's on the right hand side of me the whole time. It's gone right over there. So how can the gade hit the Bulbourne without actually joining via the canal? Well, I think this part is called Two Waters because the gade joined the Bulbourne. So we've got two rivers joining together. So this is called Two Waters. This part of Berkhamsted is called Two Waters. And there's a kissing gate. Meet me at the... Hello, Robin. Hello. I caught you on camera. You alright there, friend? Had something in his beak. And yeah, some nice cows over there. So if you want to see where the Bulbourne is, the Bulbourne would be over here somewhere. Where the line of trees is going down there, that's following the bank of the Bulbourne, beyond those cows. That's going down there, isn't it? While we're at it, we can have a look at the cows. It's all a mixed bunch. They're not one race here. I can see about 2 or 3 different races. Some wings in the trees there. A bit noisy, that container. I'm getting looked at. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I thought. There's the Bulbourne coming down there. You can see the river. There's the gas holder there. So now a little bit further from the canal, the Bulbourne River. Incidentally, the Bulbourne River, quite apart from having been the place where for 2 centuries, 18th and 19th century, watercress was grown, the Bulbourne River, one of its claims to fame is the way it's a nice tree and blossom, isn't it, with the Kodak building behind. It's the way it was actually used to fill the moat of Berkhamsted Castle. Berkhamsted Castle was the castle where William of Normandy, William the Conqueror, ruled from at first when he came to, whether it was the absolute first, I'm not sure, but it was his major castle. In preference to going to somewhere like London, he made his capital city the strangely obscure choice of Berkhamsted. So Berkhamsted was actually, which is the next town up along the Bulbourne there, was the first one of the most important cities at that time in medieval England, and the castle is still there, but it's in ruins. And the moat at that time was filled from that river's water. That river served to fill the moat of William I's castle. So he was the first William. We're now on the verge of having the last William. But it's Williams all the way in this country by the looks of things, from the beginning to the end of England, in the way that you would call it modern England. The kind of mix that we now have, it seems to be from first to the last all blooming Williams. They're very pretty. I could just stand and watch cattle. I can understand what that geezer's going on about that, what's his face, the guy that writes the Botswana books about people who stand around all day and watch cows. I can quite understand it. The #1 detective agency, Alexander McCall Smith, that's it. Came back to me in the end. So that's the Bulbourne, where the Bulbourne is. But what you get is you get the gade falling into the canal. Right now the Bulbourne, which I'm instructed, joins the canal or merges in and out of the canal not just once but twice in the course of its, I think, 17-mile course. From the cow roast on the far side of Tring through to is the cow roast on the far side of Tring? No, the cow roast is before you get to Tring. It's all in Hertfordshire. The whole of the Bulbourne is in West Hertfordshire. Well, that's interesting. This gate has now trapped me. It won't let me out. It won't let me back in again. I came through all right, but now it's stopped. That's probably the way to do it. Have to lean on it a bit. Boxmoor Canal Festival in the end of this month. That's where sometimes people even dare to get into it. I actually did that once when I was a child and made sure I had a good long bath afterwards. I was with the Scouts at the time. I actually dived underwater in it. It wasn't as dirty that particular day, and it wasn't at this point. This looks a bit grubby today, but it certainly did stink, and you would have to be careful that you didn't drink anything from it. Inevitably you get a bit, but a bit doesn't necessarily do it. You'd need a lot, or a gulp or something. Thankfully I didn't take a gulp of it. I knew swimming well enough to avoid that. So this is the gade falling into the Grand Union Canal. And I don't think you're going to get a better panorama of that than right here. Oh, and he's caught something, a little tiddler. He's caught a little silvery fish. So there's the gade coming down into the canal. So obviously at that point you've got slightly better water quality. So all of that gade water, without exception, by the looks, seems to be dropping into the canal here, without exception. Can't think of any other place where the gade would be going and coming out. However, that can't be the end of the Gade story, because it comes back off it and starts up as a separate river shortly afterwards, which I think it happens just down there around the corner. In the meantime, the Bulbourne joins the Gade just further down there. So the canal is now carrying the Gade at this point. So you've got the canal water with all the barges' pollution unfortunately mingling with the river water. And where the Bulbourne goes under that bridge, that hump that you can see there in the road, it cuts the corner of the two streets there as well, and it hasn't fed into the Gade for another, I think, 500, 600 metres more, 500, 600 metres more in that direction. Whew, that was loud. So there you are. A little bit more Hertfordshire limnology. There's a guy over there who's just caught the silverfish. He's still fishing away to himself. And that's enough for now, I think.